Hi everyone! It is a beautiful day here in North Dakota. We are setting records all over the place. Film my kind of updated foundation routine for you. The only thing that's not drugstore is going to be my primer. There's two reasons for that. Number one, I ran out of my Maybelline Age Rewind primer that I really used to use a lot and really liked. And also, this is the one that I'm trying to use up, my Use It Up challenge. It's really important to make sure that you are thoroughly cleansing your face, but it doesn't have to be with something really harsh. You can use a very gentle cleanser, like a micellar water, or Purity Made Simple is something that I really love. It's very gentle, but you just need to make sure that you have a good clean surface. What I usually use for my moisturizer is Josie Maran Argan oil. At first I was a little bit nervous about putting oil on my already oily skin. I've used it for a couple years now and it's really helped to tone down my natural oil production, and it's actually made my skin a lot less oily. So it's really important to start taking care of your skin when you're young. So that being said, I have already washed my face and I have already applied my argan oil and I've let it kind of soak in for a little bit. The next step is going to be a primer. It makes your makeup last longer throughout the day, kind of reduces the amount of makeup that you have to use, smoothing out all of the pores, the lines, the wrinkles. I find that my makeup lasts a lot longer when I use a primer and I have to use a lot less of it. The Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Primer. Another primer that I would recommend is the Maybelline Baby Skin. The foundation that I'm going to be using is from Covergirl and it's the Clean Oil Control. I am in 520 Creamy Natural. They do have other variations of this. I saw that there was a dry skin one, so I just prefer this one because it helps me to stay a little bit more matte throughout the day. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my Pot palette. First using, I don't know, this is Real Techniques, I think. Yep, a Real Techniques buffing brush. It's just flat on top. I'm going to pat that on. Let me zoom you in here. And I'm kind of pressing pretty hard, I guess, to try to buff it in. The purpose of a foundation is to even out your skin tone and make everything look a lot smoother. Some people, you know, have a really hard time choosing the right color of foundation, so it's really just trial and error for me as far as picking the right shade of foundation. And I always take my foundation down under my chin, a little bit down onto my neck, because you really don't want a line of demarcation. And then also be sure to push it up back towards your ears and a little bit into your hairline as well. I am using a dampened sponge and I wet it and squeezed it all the way out. It's not like dripping or anything. And I'm going back and kind of patting it out just to make sure that my brush didn't leave any lines. And this will also soak up any extra product that I don't need. Next, I'm using a couple different colors of concealers, and I'm using them for different purposes. That's why I'm kind of mixing them, but all of them are the Instant Age Rewind Maybelline concealers. The first one is the Neutralizer, and I'm going to use that directly under my eyes. What is happening right now? To cancel out any of those dark circles, which I obviously have, you know, fairly obvious dark circles. And then I'm using my sponge The purpose of concealer is just what it sounds like, to conceal or hide or camouflage any of those blemishes or spots or anything that you know, didn't get completely covered by your foundation. I'm going to use the light shade because the Neutralizer is more of a corrector. It doesn't really match my skin tone, so I'm going to cover up the Neutralizer, which corrected, with my concealer, which matches my skin tone. And you know, this is a nice light concealer, so it's not gonna really cake up or make me look older than I am. And then I'm using the light also on a couple little spots that I have. Apparently a lot of spots. Kind of pat as opposed to swiping, because swiping, you might accidentally take that product right off your face. Using the fair version as a sort of a highlighter. So I'm going up on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, over my lip, under my lip, and then I'm doing a little bit of that triangle of light concept here, where I'm just lightening up a V shape under my eyes and blending all that in. Next, I am going in with the Maybelline loose powder in light, and I'm just going in with a big fluffy brush to set everything that I've done so far. The NYX, they call it a blush, but it's really, it's in taupe, gray toned contour shade. And also an E.L.F brush that I don't know the name of, but it looks like this, to just do a little bit of contouring, shadowing, because of course the foundation evened out my skin, but it makes it all look flat. So I'm trying to bring back a little bit of shading and color to it. And I'm just starting right here by my ear, and in an angle towards my mouth, I'm only going a little bit down, stopping about the edge of where my eye is, and then I'm sweeping it up. And then I'm just swirling it up into my temple. So it's very light and very natural looking. It just kind of creates that definition to the face. I'm using the Jordana blush in Passion Rose. It's just a very light pink, natural looking color. Sweeping it on my cheek. And up to my hairline. Anywhere you would really naturally blush. This E.L.F Makeup Mist and Set really helps me feel like I'm taking down any type of maybe powderiness or anything like that, and just leaving it more flawless of a finish. Hold it back really far. And with my Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in Spark Plug. So that is a very basic, easy, everyday, get out the door foundation routine. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And feel free to leave me a comment and let me know what you would like to see in the future. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.